So it's our first full day in Rome here, and actually it's Anna's only full day in Rome. She has to leave tomorrow. We were going to do the Vatican Museum tomorrow, but instead we're doing it today, and then St. Peter's Basilica later on this afternoon. So we're going to go check that out. What struck me going through the museum here, and I've had this thought before, and maybe I heard it in a sermon one time, and I forgot about it because I wasn't paying attention, but there's an interesting juxtaposition between, you start off with the Greek and Roman mythological statues and artwork, and the Greeks and the Romans, they would tell stories about the gods acting like humans in order to try and explain what things were like on Earth, earthquakes and floods and droughts and the whole thing. Jesus came along and he said, no, I'm going to tell stories, parables as they sometimes call them. I'm going to tell stories about people on Earth who are acting like God in order to explain heaven. So I've made it all the way through the Vatican Museum. I'm in the Contemporary Art Museum, more modern stuff. The next stop is the Sistine Chapel. They don't let you take videos or shoot pictures, take pictures in there. So I'm going to wrap up this part of the museum before we go on to the St. Peter's Basilica and St. Peter's Square. So the reason they built St. Peter's Basilica here is because underneath the altar up here is actually St. Peter's tomb. The reason St. Peter's tomb is here is because within the Vatican here on Vatican Hill used to be a Roman circus where they actually crucified Peter. Now you'll remember St. Peter, he was the guy that tried to walk on water and he sunk, fail. He denied Christ 3 times, epic fail. He couldn't even be crucified right side up, fail. Actually, he chose to because he didn't think he was worthy to be crucified the same way as Christ was. But the reason they decided to build the basilica here in honor of St. Peter was that Christ, it's up in Latin around the dome of the basilica here. I'll paraphrase in English. I will call you Peter, and you will be the rock on which I will build my church. And so that's why they established the Catholic Church here. St. Peter was considered the first pope. That was our day here at the Vatican. Tomorrow Anna's headed home, so I'm going to go find some other things to do. I'll tell you more about those in the next video.